Caitlin Clark's season ends in injury. Entering her sophomore year in the WNBA, the expectations for Caitlin Clark's on-court performance remained astronomical. In her rookie season, Clark set seemingly countless records en route to becoming the league's first unanimous Rookie of the Year and earning a spot on the All-WNBA First Team. Clark also received Time's Athlete of the Year and AP's Female Athlete of the Year honors to cap off a historic 2024 campaign with the Indiana Fever and the University of Iowa. Now with a full offseason behind her and a revamped Fever roster, the writing looked like it was on the wall for another historic season for Caitlin Clark. Indiana's new additions of Dewana Bonner, Natasha Howard, Sydney Collison, and Sophie Cunningham appeared to be the right supporting cast to surround a generational talent like Clark with. Combined with the welcoming of 2023 WNBA Coach of the Year Stephanie White as Indiana's new head coach, many began to agree that the retooled Fever were now title contenders. Clark also revealed that she spent the summer focusing on strength training to handle the league's physicality, telling Women's Health that her strength was the number one thing I knew I needed to improve upon heading into the W's next season, which makes her string of injuries that much more unfortunate. After not missing a single game since her high school playing days at Dowling Catholic, Clark began tip-off in street clothes for the first time since 2017. A left leg sprain sidelined her for 5 games from May 28 to June 10. However, she quickly returned to the court on June 14 for a matchup against the defending champions, the New York Liberty. Clark exploded for 25 points in the first half of the contest, including draining 3 straight three-pointers in 38 seconds, 2 of which were beyond 30 feet away from the basket. Clark said post-game that her legs felt really strong, and she felt she was in good shape. It certainly appeared that way as she ended the afternoon with 32 points, 8 rebounds, and 9 assists to help the Fever hand the Liberty its first loss of the season. Now Clark and the Fever appeared to be on the come-up after a shaky start to the year. Sitting at 5-5, Indiana hosted the Connecticut Sun with a chance to return to an above 500 record. In a physical outing with the Sun, Clark was poked in the eye and shoved to the ground before eventually helping the Fever secure the win, 88-71. Although Clark did not officially go down with an injury, the game represented the increase and often head-scratching physicality she and the rest of the Fever were receiving on a game-by-game basis. On June 26, Clark did not participate in a game against the Los Angeles Sparks due to a previously sustained left groin strain. Many wondered if Clark was playing through the injury for some time, citing her concerning 1-23 downtown shooting slump over a 3-game stretch. Nonetheless, Clark returned for a matchup against her former Iowa Hawkeye teammate Kate Martin and the Golden State Valkyries on July 9. After falling to the Valkyries, the Fever rattled off 3 wins in a row before another outing with the Sun on July 15. With an Indiana win over Connecticut almost secured, Clark dropped a bounce pass to her teammate before grimacingly grabbing her right thigh. Visibly shaken up, she left the hardwood with a towel over her head as she fought back the tears. It would be her last game of the season. On September 4, Clark made an announcement on her social media account stating, "I had hoped to share a better update, but I will not be returning to play this season. I spent hours in the gym every day with the singular goal of getting back out there. Disappointed isn't a big enough word to describe how I am feeling." With the 2025 WNBA regular season coming to a close, basketball fans and contemporaries hoped Clark would return for the playoffs. The Fever currently stand as the 8th overall seed in the playoffs and have a date with the top-seeded Minnesota Lynx nearly secured for the first round, a narrative that almost feels like déjà vu. Indiana and Clark's situation is strikingly similar to that of the Chicago Bulls and Michael Jordan in 1986. After missing nearly the entire 1985-86 regular season due to a navicular bone fracture in his left foot, Jordan returned in the playoffs to try and lift his 8th-seed Bulls over the 1-seed Boston Celtics. Although the Bulls lost the series, Jordan's legendary 63-point performance in Game 2 remains a career-defining moment in his legacy. It seemed only fitting that Clark would have a similar opportunity as well. Alas, Clark will have to wait another summer to write her next chapter on the hardwood, but her story is far from over. With women's basketball continuing to reach new heights of engagement and popularity, Clark's comeback will be on display to the whole world, something she is no stranger to.